Hi there. Hi.
Welcome to the jungle.
Primp it. Primp it.
Okay, so guys.
So good. Hi everyone, we're back, and today we're going to talk about what happens after you've turned in that escrow money. We talked with Cindy, and now we're going to talk a little bit about the inspection period. Generally, that is 10 to 15 days, depending on what your realtor wrote into your contract and what the timeline is for an inspector to get in, and what the inspector is going to do and what you expect.
So you have those 10 or 15 business days and they start just like your earnest money timeline starts. They start the day following mutual acceptance. We have inspectors that are local that we work with.
And there's different inspections too, depending on if you're
different
buying
inspections.
property.
If you're buying a property with a septic tank and a well, it's going to be different than a property that's in a neighborhood in a development. So if it does have a septic and a well, we do have separate addendums that we use for that, and those lay out different timelines for pumping and cleaning, inspecting the tank, and doing the potability test. And there are other tests that you can opt to do as well. So those will be separate timelines, just because sometimes it takes longer to have a septic company come out, and the seller usually is the one that organizes all that stuff, and so we just put them on separate timelines. It doesn't hold up the rest of the inspection period. Typically, you have a general home inspection. You can opt to have a radon test, and you can opt to have a sewer scope. A sewer scope is going to be for the typical home in a development, and they basically take a snake with a video camera on it, and they go from your sewer clean out that's usually in front of your home, and they go to the city lateral, and that would be your responsibility. So they do that. They give you the video.
And if you're moving into a home that's in an older neighborhood, I highly recommend that you do this, because 9 times out of 10 there's something.
I even think if it's a new house, you should do. I think it's a minimal cost for something that could be thousands of dollars
and most inspectors
of
include
work.
that now.
Yeah, most inspectors have the
ability.
camera and the snake and everything. They can do it while you're there. Because I've even been at new construction homes where there was concrete that was poured in the sewer line, and nobody knew. And they went to go do the sewer line scope, and they were like, "We can't. There's concrete in it." So I think the glitteriness of a new home doesn't necessarily mean that everything is perfect either. They are minimal costs to protect you. That's what they're there for. There are other inspections you can have done. There's a lead-based paint test. There's a whole list of them, and then we actually do have a separate addendum that we can fill out, listing electrical inspections and plumbing inspections and all kinds of stuff. Your general home inspection, they'll look at your plumbing. They'll crawl underneath your house. They'll go in your attic. They'll open every door, shut every window, turn on every appliance. They really do go through the entirety of the home to see if there's anything that we need to maybe have a contractor come in and look at further, or an electrician or a plumber that may be more versed or able to actually dive into it better. And then you get your inspection report, and they can be overwhelming.
Yeah, but it's really important that you do your due diligence. This is one of the biggest purchases that you're ever going to make in your life, and it's so important for you to know going in. Are they going to fix every little thing that is on that report? No, probably not. Can you negotiate fees on it? Yeah, probably, but maybe not. You may have a seller that just doesn't have the money to do that or to perform that, so you may have to walk away, or come up with a different
or decide that you're okay with it.
Yeah.
I mean, there are repairs that you can come across that bother you, but deep down inside you can learn to be okay with it, or you can get the repair done yourself after you close on the property, as long as that's the only repair and all that stuff is
some
completed.
Trim has some rot in it or something like that. Well, we can fix that. It's really easy if you're handy. There's a lot of things that you can do on your own that you need to think in the back of your mind, am I going to bug them for every single thing on here? Or if it is a complete nightmare, what a great thing that you've spent that money and you can walk away rather than moving into a house that you're going to have to dump a ton of money into.
That you'll never get back out. I
Right.
mean, that's the whole point of buying a home, is it's an investment. So you don't want to make a poor investment. And I don't know of any other large investments you can make where you can actually like poke around in it and look at it and decide if there's anything in it that you want to have repaired before you actually move forward.
Can you waive the inspection?
Yes, you can. Is it recommended? No, it is not. You can waive the inspection if you feel. When we were having a really, really hot market, 17, 18, and even this year, we were seeing buyers waive their inspection periods as kind of like a bonus to the seller. So the seller knew that they would only have to wait for an appraisal, which we'll talk about in another video, what the appraisal is. The inspection and the appraisal are different. They are separate items. The inspection is for you, the buyer. The appraisal is for the value of the home. They are not the same. Another thing I wanted to mention that I hear a lot is your home does not pass or fail the inspection. We hear that a lot for people. Did it fail? Did it pass? There is no pass-fail on home inspections. They're not like a building inspector. They're not looking for, I mean, you can pass-fail a radon test. For sure, you can pass-fail a sewer scope because obviously there's concrete in it. Nothing's flowing through it. But as the inspection as a whole, they're not going to come back and say, your house failed the inspection. It's just a nice informational package that they give to you so that you can go through it and decide if you want to move forward.
And they'll generally lay out, without getting too much into this because we are going to have an inspector on next week, they'll generally lay out like red, orange, so green, this is good, this is somewhat to be concerned about, and this is like, well, you better take care of it right now. And then the yellow is just like, a good inspector will have like general maintenance stuff on there too, that this is something you're going to need to take care of in the next 6 months. It's probably got this much life on it. They'll talk about your roof. They go into every little crevice, your furnace, if the vents need to be cleaned, if your filter needs to be cleaned. I mean, that's the little stuff that you probably can do on your own. Not the roof, but the vents and the
filter.
Changing your filter.
The filter for sure. We can put you on a mailing program
Right.
through Amazon.
Right.
But you do have to keep in mind, this is their job. They're supposed to tear the house to pieces and to pick out every little, the bush is touching the siding, you need to cut it back. So there will be things that you see in the report. Sometimes they do a summary in the front as well, and the summary picks out every item that needs maintenance or repaired or to be looked at again.
And they might miss something.
They might. I mean, human error is a very real thing. We're all human. So if you go back and you look at something, or a contractor comes back to do a further inspection and they say, well, actually, this is way worse than what the inspector thought, sometimes they just miss things. It's nothing we can do other than just advise you to have a contractor or an electrician or a plumber, someone that's versed in that area, come in the house and take a second look.
And there's a couple home warranties out there that are actually very good. There's some that are not, but the ones that allow you to choose your own contractor, and later on down the line, something might go bad in a few months. Like if you see that, then I would ask the seller for a home warranty to be.
So on that, what is a home warranty, Julie? Because a lot of people don't know what home warranties are.
So home warranty is similar to like when you get a warranty on your car. If you guys have ever gotten a warranty on your car and something goes wrong. So the home warranty lays out, there'll probably be like 3 tiers. This is your silver, your gold, your bronze, and it'll lay out exactly what it's going to take care of them. Some of them have electrical, plumbing, appliances. Some of them are just, basic stuff that
Furnace, AC, the guts of the house, so to speak. A lot of the warranties don't cover like regular maintenance, like having your furnace serviced and cleaned, but
some of them do.
Right, some of them do. You have to research. There's so many out there, so you just have to research. And again, we see a lot of them, so it would be good to ask your realtor, ask one of us, what we feel for what you want. I mean, tell us what you want.
So a little
and we'll go from
scenario
there.
that happened to me when we bought our first home. as a couple, we lived in California at the time, and it was like August, and I think it was like the heat wave. So it was like 104 degrees out that whole entire week, family of 5, you know, and our air conditioner went out. And we'd only been in the house for 2 months, but we had a home warranty. So I called on the home warranty hoping and praying, and I thought, oh, usually there's a copay. Our copay was $50. We got a brand new air conditioning
Yeah, they're
system.
about $70, $75 now.
Yeah, that was back in the day. That was like such a blessing, and I've known people that I've helped with the home warranty call me and say, hey, what's that number again? And they've had to use it, and it's been great because it's been there.
And it's really not a huge cost. It is a good thing to keep in your pocket. You can ask the seller for it if you have some repairs and they don't want to address them. They come in anywhere between $350 and it goes up from there depending on the lead, you know, higher packages that you want. In the sale agreement, there is actually a spot for us to ask for a home warranty as well. So if you would like to ask for that up front, you can do that too.
Thanks, guys, for coming today and listening to us. We appreciate you, and we hope to see you next week when we do our next video on inspections and the actual inspector.
We'll be talking to someone in a house, hopefully in front of it, and actually hopefully go into it and have them point out things that they see typically in homes, especially here in Oregon, because I do know that if you're a transplant here, you don't typically see or hear what we have. We have moss on roofs and all kinds of good stuff. Tends to freak people out sometimes. It's a wet environment. So hopefully you guys will come back and join us for that. If you have any other ideas for videos, again, please drop them in the comments, message us, text us, email us, call us, however you feel comfortable getting a hold of us. Please let us know, because we'd love to fulfill and make videos that benefit you.
Thanks.
Have a
Be
good day.
blessed.